Hey teachers, I just wanted to share with you that our district just released the ability for us to create Google Meets within our Google Classrooms. So now you can use Google Meets instead of Zoom if you prefer. I know Zoom had some issues with their security, and so many teachers were using Google Meets. So our school district just turned on the ability to create a specialized Google Meets link for each of your periods. So what you will do is you're going to go down here to the settings, and in settings, you'll see where you can create a link for Google Meets. Now I already did this one, so let me show you another period just so you can see the walkthrough. So I'm going to come over here to the wheel again, hit settings, and I'm going to come down here. All right, see where it says generate a Meet link. So I click on that. It's going to make a specialized link. Now, if you want it visible to students, what that means is when you save this and you go back to your stream page, you'll now see that link here in this bar. So let's say you're scheduling a meeting for later that day. You can go ahead and put that Meet link there, and this will be the same link that this particular period will use each time. Now, if you don't want the students to see this, you just come back to the wheel and disable it. Okay, so you still have your link that you can use at some point, but you don't want it visible all the time. Okay, so this is really handy if you teach multiple subjects, such as 2 different preps, or if you're an elementary teacher and you only want to talk about science that day and you have a specialized Google Classroom just for your science lessons. You can make those specialized links just work for that one particular meetup. Now, you can also create one of those links, or create just, I can go to the Google Classroom period 2, like I'm in right now. I can come down here and I can copy and paste this link for all of my students in the stream. So I can click here and paste that link there, and I can send it out to all of my classes for them to join me. So that way, since I teach Math 8 for all 6 periods, I don't want to have 6 different Google Meets. I don't want to have to meet with each period individually. I'd rather them all just join me at one time and I have a big crowd instead of a whole bunch of little crowds. And that's only because I teach that same subject. Now, let's say you have 2 periods of Science 8 and a period of intervention. Well, then you can just pick those 2 periods that you want to join, because you'll be talking to them all about the same content. And then you can do your intervention class as a solo meet, whatever works for you. Then what you will do is just hit post on your stream page, and it'll post to all of your classrooms. Now I'm going to go ahead and delete this just because I don't want to send this out right now. So I'm going to say cancel. Okay. Now, if you want, you can also create a class, which is kind of neat. I'm going to come here to my classes, and I'm going to create a class, and I'm going to call it Calling Home. All right. Now, this is really neat because there is a cool little hack that we found that you can use Google Meets to call parents. So that way they don't have your cell phone number or your number from home. So let's say you do have to call someone from home and you don't want them having your personal information. So what you do is you create this classroom called Calling Home, and I'm going to go to the wheel and I'm going to generate a link. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and save that. All right, so now it's up here, and the parents do not need to be in this class. You'll notice that I have not added anybody to this classroom, but I am going to click on the link now. And this is what it'll look like when you open up your Google Meets. All right, oh yeah, there you go. Automatically grabs your webcam. You can always turn that off, of course, especially if you're calling their cell phone. They're not going to see you anyways because you don't have to do a FaceTime with them. So I'll just go ahead and turn that off just to show you. Okay, so I'm going to go here to join now. All right, and here I can add people. All right, so this is the number that it'll show up on their screen. So they're gonna be like, what the heck is this? And that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and type in their name and email to invite them to the call, or I'm just gonna go ahead and call them. So let's just say you had 714-862-9008. I don't know. I just completely made that up. Do not call that number. I would then hit call and it'll call them. So the number that they get across their screen will not be your cell phone number, and you can talk to them through your tablet, your iPad, your phone, if you have Google Meets on your phone. Okay. Now, for calling one individual person, like say just the parent, you do not need, let me go ahead and end this call. You just always want to make sure that you hang up. Don't ever do that one again. Let's say you accidentally hung up on them. You can always rejoin them and go back. But in the event that you, let me just close out of that. All right. In the event that you need to talk to all of your classes all at the same time, they need to have the Google Meets app on their cell phone if they're going to use their cell phone to join the Google Meet. If they're going to join with their tablet or their computer, they don't need the app. It'll just automatically open up like the Zoom thing does. Now, if you're calling an individual parent, just one person, they don't need the app. It's only if you're doing mass amounts of people at the same time. But one individual person, it'll just come across like a regular phone call to them. They pick up, they talk to you, and you can talk to them right through your computer. All right, if you have any questions, let me know.